Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 28th, 2021, and I'm here to do a video um, to show you what I've been stitching on, but the main reason I want to do this is they just came and installed my fiber internet, so I want to see how fast this thing will upload. But I do have some stitching that I needed to show, and it was time for me to do a video. So anyway, if you're new here, my name is Shelly, and this is my channel Proverbs 31:22, and I welcome all of you to come on in and see what I've been doing. So if you see something that you like, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, all that good stuff. So, I don't have any notes. I'm just kind of like, I want to just do this video. I'm itching to do this video. So, I've been stitching on, let's see, I've got 4 things that I've been stitching on. One is an FO. I've got just a tiny bit of haul. Not really any kind of life update. Malachi's about to turn 9, and they're doing his birthday party this weekend, so I was online shopping for Legos earlier. It's like, what do you get? I don't know. It's like there's so much stuff to choose from. So, otherwise, nothing really going on. Health update, nothing to update anybody on yet. I go to the urologist on the 5th of next month. We are having our local stitching meetup. We have a group called Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals, and we meet this coming Thursday, sort of open house style, anytime from 2 to 6 at Calico Rose Quilt Shop in Florence, Alabama. And so we would love to have anybody who's in the area, lives in the area, visiting the area, whatever. It's a slow stitching group, so it's just whatever you can do with your hands and a needle, or a hook, or just your hands. Some people, I don't know, do knitting or crochet with their arms and hands, and I think some people can even tat with just their fingers. So anyway, that's what I've got going on this week. So I talked last time I shot a video about this show on Amazon Prime. It says that it's available on Prime through the 30th, which is day after tomorrow. I don't know if it's like after the 30th you have to pay to see it, or if it's available anywhere else. But the name of the show is Klem, Klem, which is translated The Blood Pact. It is in Dutch language, and so unless you know Dutch, you have to read the captions. But that's the best show I have watched in a really, really long time. Even having to read the captions and not being able to stitch while I'm watching, because I have to pay attention. That show was so good. Like, there was just like this constant like twists and turns, and I never got bored. It's like you think, okay, this is the end, they're going to get caught or they're going to get away with it. And you just never knew what was going to happen next. The main character, I think the actor's name is Barry Atsma. He was fantastic, like fantastic. And the guy that was his foil was just like the perfect person to play this part, the criminal. And so definitely, I highly recommend the show. So I'm also watching Heartland, and I got to the last episode of season 13, which is all that's available on Netflix. I believe the 14th season is only available through the Up channel, which I've had a subscription to that before so I could get Hallmark when Calls the Heart was going on. I let it go when that ended, and then I was planning on picking it back up when, it comes back on. But I'm not sure if, like, after the season's over, if it's going to be on Netflix, or if it's just all exclusively on Up. I think it's called Up Faith and Family or something like that. But anyway, so I'll have to get that. Find out how I can watch season 14, because I think some really major things are happening in season 14. Okay, so that was a lot to go through just to tell you what I'm watching. So how about what I've been stitching? So last time I told you about, let me show you Elizabeth Weston, because she's on the board already. So I did finish her page 6 that I was working on this past month. Let me show you her booklet. So this is Hands Across the Sea, Elizabeth Weston. So the little girl that stitched this was 11 years old when she stitched it. You guys, this thing is huge. I'm stitching on 36 count linen, which I think is the call for. What it said on here. Maybe not. I don't know what the model was stitched on, but I'm stitching on 36 count, and it is just huge. So I can't imagine this little girl at 11 years old, stitching this. So, but anyway, I did get finished with page 6. And so page 6 was right in here. I did, go in and frog it and got this going back on track correctly. Now, the motifs in here are a little off, but I'm not frogging all of that. It's just motifs. It doesn't matter if it's closer than what it's supposed to be to the next motif. So, so I got done with that. I love her so much. So this is her all the way across. And this is a 36 count hand-dyed linen by Devon over at Strawberry Lane on Etsy. She hand-dyed this specifically for me for this project. And I'm stitching with the Call for DMC flosses, 1 strand over 2 threads. And there is the words are over 1. But, so, on my calendar or in my mind, what I had planned to do was do the pages in numerical order. I'm not going to do that. So this is page 6, and then this right here is going to be page 12, and that's what I'm going to stitch next. I really prefer stitching from right to left, and I'm right here already. So instead of going across and starting, I'm just going to go ahead and continue right here. And so as I go down with the border, I will sort of try to count my motifs off of the border and sort of get it where it's back on track again with the motifs inside. There was a little bit more that was on this page that I was on, but I was done. Like once I got these done, it was like, okay, I'm just calling that a page finish. And it was basically like probably 18 stitches of these little things that are on. I think there's 2 like right here. So, just have to do those. So, no big deal. So, I will pick her back up, I think in a couple of weeks into October is when I'm scheduled to pick her up again. So, as I started to say a while ago, when you saw me last, I was talking about how I ran out of floss for Jessie Watson. And so I did go to Joann and got the floss that I needed, the ones that, I was kind of running low on, and thankfully the 936 does match what I had. They were having their floss, um, the too low to show, thing. I think it was like 45 cents. So I did pick up a few more that were on my list that I didn't have. And unfortunately, my Joann's, they stop at a certain point that DMC lists numbers after. And so I wasn't able to get, I would have gotten more, but I did pick up this pack of variegated. It's all the variegated colors. My Joann's doesn't have these laid out in the little bins like my Hobby Lobby does. But then I realized that they have this pack that it's basically 2 skeins of each of the variegated colors. So I went ahead and picked that up because I am working on getting a complete set, and this is in the set. So I picked those up. I had like a 40 or 50% off coupon. So, but anyway, this is Jessie Watson. Sorry, Jessie Watson. This is another Hands Across the Sea. I'm doing this with Barbara over at Raspberry Stitcher here on YouTube and Instagram. She is doing an autism awareness and acceptance stitch along with this. And so it's hashtag Jessie Watson Autism Sal. And so for this month, we are working on getting this border around and about to the middle. And so I ran out of thread, and so I kind of had to put it aside when I was supposed to be working on it. But I did pick it back up. I think I picked it back up yesterday. And I will work on it today. And hopefully I will get that finished tonight. So I got it around the corner last night, and it's funny because, I do all of my patterns on my tablet. I scan them and then put them in there, and mark off in a PDF markup file, my stitches as I go. And I usually, of course on this, I could just keep going, but, when I'm stitching something else, I can do about 3 stitches before I have to mark off. That's about all I can count and make sure I stay on track. But since this is just in a straight line, I was just going along, and doing them, and I wasn't really marking them off. And, all of a sudden I decided, I need to mark these off. And I was like right here. I was like 1 stitch away from this area right here that on the pattern, it breaks up because the motif goes into the border. This little, is that a rabbit? Whatever this little animal is here, part of him is in the border. And so I just thought that was really funny. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to pull out stitches. But I was like right on it. So I was like, okay, good. I don't have to pull anything out. So I will definitely finish, what I need to finish for September tonight. And if I don't, I'll do it again day after tomorrow, and however many days I need to do it to get month 6 finished, but it should be tonight because I'm only stitching on this tonight. So this is stitched on a 32 count platinum linen, and I'm using the Call for DMC flosses, 2 strands over 2 threads. I love it. So this will be the first sampler that I've done. I'm looking forward to, when it's next April is, I think, the last month when we'll work on it. So on Sunday, I decided to, let's see, I was working on I was working on Elizabeth Weston, and I got that page finished on Saturday. And so I was planning on working on something else, and then I decided to just go ahead and work on this little small. And so I was able to get this little calendar piece done. And these are from Readly magazine, and it's from, let's see, let me go get it. I'm not going to put any pictures or anything in this. I just want to get it done and get it uploaded so that I can see how fast it uploads. Let's see. Let me find my bookmark with these calendars. Okay. So these are from Cross Stitcher, January 2021. They are designed by Cheryl McKinnon, who is Tiny Modernist. And there's a whole year worth of these calendars. And so I'm working on October. And so I decided to totally change up the color of my house. And I just sort of picked colors from my stash. And so I did this like periwinkle blue sort of house with a really pink door. I used a couple of DMCs that I had for all of this. The black, I did use the anchor that I recently bought. And so this little leaf, I used a variegated DMC, but I should have color controlled it a little bit better. You can barely tell that it's starting to get light as I got to the tip. I wish it would have shown more in the leaf, but I mean, that was a really small motif. But so I will FFO this one in a couple of days. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with it as far as what fabric I'm going to use to back it. I have some little like black polka dot ribbon. I also have like a black sort of glittery ribbon, and, you know, kind of Halloween it up a little bit, because I thought that, you know, that house was just sort of, I don't know, something about sort of purples and oranges just makes me think about Halloween. I don't know why. But these are stitched on 14 count Aida in the color French lace, and I'm stitching with 2 strands of floss, even on the back stitch. So I think the last time I showed one of these, I said that I was running out of this fabric. I don't know why I said that, because I have a piece big enough. I mean, I cut this one kind of small. I only need like a 1/2 inch all the way around. You know, it's gonna be really close on the sides, but it's fine. It's enough. But I do have enough to do, you know, I had enough to do October, and then I'll have enough to cut for November and December as well. So last night is the day, Mondays are the day that I work on 2 whips. And so I work on Shabby Advent Calendar, which is from Kiori Abadikurori. I don't know how to say it. It's Italian. But I'm currently working on number 3. And I started it last night. And I got all of the border, the number, and then I started working on the house. This is too big for me to be able to put it close. Let me do this instead. So these are on an 18 count Natural Star Aida that I got from Hobby Lobby. It does have some little not metallic, little iridescent little threads in it. So it's got some shiny, some glitz. And so I started working on the house last night. I got all of this done, and plus working on my Jessie Watson. So I'm really liking working on fewer whips every day. On Monday I work on 2. The rest of the days I only work on 1 whip. And so like on Sunday, I was able to do that whole little calendar piece in about, 3 hours or so. So I'm enjoying that a lot. I'm really itching, like really, really itching. It's, October's a new month and I really want to do a new start. Um, with Denise at Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. She's got the new start, new month, new start 2021 hashtag. And so, technically I have some new starts because I'm doing the EMABC sale, and, I'll have those that I'll start 2 new ones every month. But, it's kind of like an ongoing whip. I want to start a new whip. I don't know why. But Rachel at Rachel Q Stitches, she's been working on Blackbird Designs Christmas garden, and oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's like, girl, you making me want to break it out and stitch on it. I also have a couple of other things that I have ready. Like I have the fabric and probably all of the threads because I have almost a full set of DMC. So I don't know. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to actually start something in October. I know I'm starting at least one thing in November for a birthday start. My birthday and my anniversary are both on November 8th, and so I think last year I started two new things for that. So I don't know. I need to dye some fabric for the EMABC sale for next month. And I don't know what color I want to do it. It's a goose, and then the other letter that'll be on the back side of that same fabric is a house. And so I'm not sure what color I want to dye. My friend Melissa dyed some fabric that she showed us on our little road trip last Friday. And I need to get with her and ask her again what colors, because God, she dyed this fabric and it was absolutely gorgeous. I'm pretty sure it was pearl gray, but she did another color and it came out so good. I just loved it. So I may do that. It might not be the right color though for the goose. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So tonight I will stitch on Jessie Watson, and when and if I get her done this month, I will work on a couple of little Christmas ornaments that I had that I was working on. I already started, so I'll work some on them and maybe get a finish. Now, I was looking at my October calendar yesterday, and I have set a goal to finish Flea Market Flowers next month. So I kind of had to tweak my plans a little bit because I had 4 days, I think, 4 days allotted to it, and I don't think that's going to be enough. I had 3 days, and so I think I'm going to need more days. And so I bumped one of my projects and I put that in the slots so that I really want to get that finished next month. I also want to pull out my Newcastle Bouquet by Teresa Kogut. One of the Instagrammers that I follow, her name is Irina. She, oh my God, she just stitches the most beautiful things, and she takes the most beautiful pictures, and she goes to Greece every summer. And, I just love following her. Like, have it set up where when she posts something, I get an alert. But she's stitching on Newcastle Bouquet right now, and I was like, I think I need to pull that out pretty soon. And so it was scheduled to be later in the month, next month, but I'm moving it up to closer to the middle of the month. This coming weekend is the Blackbird Designs Stitch Along BBD Weekend Sal, and so I'll be working on my little stocking that I got started last time. And I have my November calendar that I need to do next month, and Elizabeth Weston page 12, and then I'll have, of course, another Jessie Watson section to do. So That's all I've got. If I had something written down that I forgot to mention, I will talk about it next time. I don't know when I'll be back to do a video. Um, I don't know if it'll be this week or I'll wait till next week, and we'll just see what happens. When I have a little bit of stitching to show, I'll come on and do a video. So I will let you go, and I will see you guys next time. And I love you all, and I pray that you have happy stitching. Bye, guys.